Nice.
Like, good. Is that why you came back today?
Huh?
Is that why you came back today?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Well, there's quite a few. So,
Oh my God, who is all there?
Everybody's here.
yes.
Oh my God, everybody's
Who
here.
did this?
Well, we all-
Oh my God.
So, good afternoon, everybody on the line. I'm Doug Champlin, the current operations director. Joanie, hope you didn't think that you'd be able to run out the front door
Oh my gosh.
without having some fun today.
Is that Frankie? Is that my nephew?
Yeah,
Or it's me, Joanie.
we,
God, they found everybody.
How did you do that? Mark Lujan?
so we have brought together over 110 of
No.
your closest friends,
Oh my God.
family members.
Wow.
Is that my sister?
Yeah, probably so.
Man, you're gonna have to write 110 lectures.
I think two of your sisters.
Staff, co-workers.
And Lori and Jordan and
Yes,
and who's in the blue shirt and the, can I see them on here? Oh, my brother Joseph.
Hi, Joe and
Hi,
Lori and Jordan.
Are we in mute still?
Come here.
No.
And Sid.
Oh, there's Lex.
So
How
again,
did you get all these people? Where did you get them?
it's been one more.
Oh my God. Wow. I should have known something with all the fruit that came today and the. And the
So,
flowers
Joanie,
are
I guess you were pretty surprised, huh, to see everybody?
Oh my
It was
gosh.
kind of your
I can't
surprise,
even
surprise retirement party, I guess, is what it is.
So the board too. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. And Natalia.
yeah, go ahead. But we can stay on schedule. We brought together today, Joan, 110 of your closest friends,
I didn't know I had that many friends.
family members of your staff and co-workers to celebrate your past and present. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We certainly guarantee that we will all have some fun today, but we can't guarantee that your closest friends today will still be your closest friends tomorrow when you get finished here. Oh.
No, Lori, did you do this? Karen?
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But Habitat knows how to party techno style.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Okay, so Joan, there's only more time. So it's time, I'd like to introduce two individuals who have been longtime friends, volunteers, supporters of Habitat for Humanity. As our MCs for today, so they are Jeannie and Tom Hurst. Jeannie and Tom, take it away.
You guys are in on this? Oh, no way.
Oh my gosh. We are here gathered by Zoom. Excuse me, just a moment.
Oh, Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sorry about that.
What's my ear? We are here gathered by Zoom in the month of COVID 2020 to celebrate Joani and her service as Executive Director of Greater Albuquerque Habitat for Humanity. Greater, did you hear that word? It's greater now that Joani's dedication, commitment, and compassion are part of the building blocks of this Albuquerque Habitat.
We all know that Joani is such a dynamic person who cuts a wide swath through our community. She's known by all as a product of both the Enlightenment and the Renaissance. She's a true social lioness with a whole pedigree of talents and skills that she's applied diligently for the benefit of our species. If I were to enumerate her cornucopia of character traits and accomplishments that she represents, don't you know that we'd be here 2 weeks from next Tuesday? So allow me to point out just one of these things that I personally appreciate about her. Perhaps she just humors me, just to be polite, feels sorry for me. Maybe she thinks I really am funny, but she always, without fail, always laughs at my jokes. And I do appreciate that. Now, to prove my point, you just watch her. You just watch her smile and show those pearly whites. Hey, Joani, can you hear me? Yeah, I think you can hear me. Okay, the sheriff walks in the saloon and says, I'm looking for a cowboy. He's wearing a brown paper shirt. He's wearing a brown paper vest and brown paper pants and brown paper chaps.
Well, what is he wanted for?
Well, he's wanted for rustling. Come on. Okay, how about this, Joani, for you? Why did the cows return to the marijuana patch? Well, it was a case of the pot calling the cattle back. Okay, come on. Take it away, Jeannie.
Okay. So seriously, in December 2013, Joani was asked to serve as interim executive director, but that was not the start of her service to Albuquerque Habitat. She was already a dedicated and seasoned giver of her time, her energy, and her gifts. Since 2006, she had served as a volunteer. She had served on the policy committee, on the family selection committee, as a board member, and as board president. So all of that service had already come into play before she stepped in as executive director. In the summer 2014 newsletter, Joani wrote this: life is a journey. There are countless curves, bumps, and blocks along the way to which we adjust, adapt, and ultimately find our way. Joani, you have led us along this road. And you know, when you first became executive director, I wanted to give you a gift, and I never got around to it, but I wanted to give you some ice cream, nuts, chocolate, and marshmallows. After I read what you had written about life being a journey and so on, I wanted to give you that as a gift.
But Jeannie, why would you give Joani ice cream, nuts, chocolate, and marshmallows?
Well, I thought it might be a little bit of a rocky road at first. Joani's ways have always been community building. She has been able to build community with families, with staff, with donors, volunteers, community partners, program managers, board members, and so many more, like all these moving parts. Like she could probably do, heart surgery while you're still breathing, or do, work on your engine of your car while it's running. She keeps all these moving parts together in order to accomplish the ideas that I believe are most important with Habitat. We build homes and we build relationships, and she has been doing that. So they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I cut 40,000 words out of my remarks for today. I cut out 40,000 words in order to show you a set of 40 photos. And thanks to Kristen and Philip, you are going to see an amazing slideshow. And here on special assignment is the Preservation Hall Jazz Band playing Walk Through the Streets of the City and featuring our most photogenic Joani. Let's enjoy the slideshow.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
That's all, folks.
Very nice. Very nice.
Philip, Kristen, thank you very much for all the work put into that, getting.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. But I should have known something of that. Philip was locked in the conference room yesterday, so should have known. Yeah.
Suspicious. Well,
I just wanted to know how they found out my family.
Doug's doing. Doug's full.
Maybe
Wow.
Ancestry. Ancestry.com, I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh.
So, Joni, we want to say that you've made us all better people. Your compassion, your intellect, your problem solving, your tenacity, your ability to manage the finances, manage the personal aspect. I mean, so many things go into your compassion and dedication for Habitat. We know that personally, as executive director, you didn't make money, but you made a difference. You made a difference in our lives. You made a difference in the 24 families whose houses were dedicated while you are serving as executive director. And we are just so grateful because you've been guiding us as Greater Albuquerque Habitat for Humanity. You've been guiding us for these past years. We love you, and we know that you've brought us together on this meaningful journey. And as you said in that 2014 newsletter, as you talked about the journey, you said, we have so much more journey ahead of us. And Joni's journey continues. Retirement. It's a journey that will go on. And you know what? What's so different about having that day job? Retirement, you never get a day off. You never get a day off. So we know that one of the things you think about doing in retirement is you think about gardening. So I want to show you, I know masks are the latest fashion statement in many ways, but for gardening, I got you a pair of these very fashionable gloves that you can dig in the dirt with. And so there's a pair waiting for you. Tom's more practical. He got you a 25 or 50.
Oh, a man after my heart.
But anyway, we wanted you to have something to go into that garden. And as you tend to your retirement garden, we hope that go with love, go with joy, and with all of our best wishes, because we love you so much. And now, to tell more of your story, we have some other special guests who will speak and add sparkle to this, your special day.
Yes, and Anthony Harkness, he's a longtime volunteer, construction SWAT member, and supporter of Habitat for Humanity. Take it away, Anthony.
Hey, Joni.
Hi, Anthony.
I was extremely grateful to be included in this, and I just wanted to put in my piece that I think when I first started volunteering for Habitat, you were on the board, and just how impressed I've been with your ability to manage and develop this program, and it's just been such a great pleasure to get to know you and see how your loving energy and how you communicate that into the work that you've done with Habitat. But I don't have a whole lot to say other than I love you and I appreciate you, and your energy will be missed.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Who's Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. You don't want to leave the truth.
You don't want to
young Melina look. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much, Anthony, for your words to Joni. And next we'll have Greg Hunt. And Greg and I have been fortunate to on a committee together, a volunteer support committee. But Greg has been a long time volunteer of Habitat. He's a current board member and of course, a great supporter of our Greater Albuquerque Habitat for Humanity. So Greg, waiting to hear from you.
Thank you, Jeannie. It was nice of you to say all of that, but it's obviously Joni's day today, and we'd like to say, Joni, congratulations. We were all very happy for you.
Dead center.
For me, I recall what Joni talked about back in Joni's days on the board as a volunteer and as a board member, and what she had to take on during that time, and continued on through the end of her term, and then was continued as a volunteer, which I always appreciate of someone who leaves the board and continues on, you know, in a volunteer capacity that's really productive, as she was. And then it was 3 years after that, maybe she receives a call that we need your help again. So it was from that point that now, you know, 6.5 years forward, and you're at this point of retiring. It's always been good working with you, and I think that Berta and I can both say, you know, we definitely formed a friendship. So we appreciate that, and all the things that you do for the affiliate, and everybody else, you know, that it impacts has been something. I'm sorry, I keep pointing in the wrong direction. That's okay. But those are all things that many people appreciate, not just myself and Berta. So thank you for all of that, and best wishes for your retirement. That's something that,
way to go,
you know,
Johnny.
that everybody deserves. It's worked as hard and as long as you have. So thank you, and appreciate the opportunity to say best wishes, and thank you for what you've done for Habitat, and thank you for your friendship.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks,
Thank you.
Berta.
Good luck to you.
You'll see me on development.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Yes, that's something I'm sure, and we can all, you know, expect is you being a loyal, you know, person to Habitat, and now that's been going on for quite a while. So certainly now that won't change, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
You bet. Thanks.
So now, hey, I get to introduce Sin Palmer. She's a longtime volunteer and supporter of Habitat for Humanity. You're on, Sin.
There, am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I jotted down a couple words this morning about the time I was taking my first sip of coffee. So hopefully this won't run too much into the fantasy movie that we watched right before we went to bed last night. But I do want to say that, you know, the financial bottom line of an organization has never been my forte. But when I have watched organizations like Habitat from the outside and a little bit from the inside, and I see how it functions and how the people work, I tend to gauge people by their spirit, by their aura, by their heart. And Joni's been no exception to that for me. To me, Joni, you capture the essence of compassion and community that speaks to the very heart of the mission of what Habitat for Humanity is. And as I watched that amazing slideshow, that was really brought home to me how many people you've touched in the years that you've been there, how many lives you've touched, how many families you've had such a positive impact on because of your dedication. My memory is filled with literally hundreds of examples, from the way that I've seen Joni show caring to the homeowner families, to the way she's welcomed a stream of people to her open office door each day, to small acts like the bags of candied pecans that she's made for everybody for the holidays and special occasions. There are so many examples, so many small gestures the important thing to me is that those often weren't gestures that you typically would see from an ED, from an executive director. And it's always really touched my heart that deepness of caring and compassion and decency has always shined with you, Joani. And if I were to think of one specific example in my mind of one thing that happened, is one time I was there for a potluck during a holiday, and you came in, Joani, carrying a casserole dish that was like this. And I mean, in your hands, which are granted maybe a little bit bigger than our president's hands, but your hands seem so tiny with that great big dish. And you'd stayed up most of the night preparing food to bring to this potluck. But the thing that really touched me is that I spent the next hour and a half watching you not eat and making sure that all of the volunteers and all of the staff and that everybody was eating and getting enough to eat and having a good time. And that is such a great vignette for how I've seen you captain this ship over the years, and with great warmth and expression. And I remember that last year when you lost Jim and people gathered at your home, Joani, the expressions of love and caring, and what I left there that night with a sense of family, how you had brought people, you and Jim had brought people together like family. And I think that that's the highest calling for any leader, for any director, is to bring people together for a higher purpose. And you've done that, you've accomplished that. And I just want to say that you're a role model to me, Joani. Your ability to carry yourself with dignity and with class and with enthusiasm and dedication, but always grounded in a spirit of love. I just want to say thank you for being a role model to me and to others, and I'm really honored to call you my friend.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Wow. I hope I don't have to walk on water after this for you guys.
I think many of us think you do. Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much for your thoughts and the stories that help us to see what it is that we have benefited from Joani's personality, her deep values. Thank you. And next, it is my pleasure to introduce Sandy Cody. Sandy has been a supporter of Habitat for Humanity for a long time, and Sandy is owner of Draker Cody, and so she will be speaking to us next. Go ahead, Sandy.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me. I was just sitting here kind of marching back to the time, and I was actually introduced as your HR consultant back in 2006 in the transition from Catherine Woodward to other EDs, and then the wonderful experience I had working with Joani when she was on the board, and then later when she became the interim. And it's been an interesting adventure for both of us, I think. We started having breakfast probably once a month, once every 6 weeks. And during those breakfasts, and the things that stand out to me was the openness and the sisterhood that came about with our relationship. We have walked through company problems, we have worked through board problems, we've worked through joy of getting to know Habitat was a big deal for me. I did not get involved much before Joani came in and started talking to us about the business of Habitat and what it did and what she played a part in communicating and contributing to Albuquerque and to New Mexico. And as that time went on, we we stepped in and did more and more with the Habitat administration between the leadership. We have another member of our team that's in the list today, Teresa Pantera, who was the HR consultant that came and spent a lot of time with Bruce and Doug and certainly with Joani. So I guess for me, my walk through Habitat and with Joani in my life has really been a growing of watching someone go from being a volunteer to the leader of an organization as successful as Habitat, and learning from her about that passion and that commitment and the joy that someone gets out of being in a nonprofit organization. And I can't speak directly for my Teresa, a member of our team, but I can tell you that my respect for the organization and what you contribute, I have talked about more than once to people in our community that this is where they need to focus because of the work that Joani and the team that she's put together over the years has been just amazing. And it hasn't been easy every day. That's a big responsibility. You do a little bit of everything. And when I saw the picture that went by and she had a shovel in her hand that was bigger than she was, I thought, okay, now that's dedication. You know, she'd get herself thumped in the forehead if she wasn't careful. But that's who Joani is. And then going through her hubby's illness and then his passing. And she and I talked a lot about the passing of friends and family because of the generation that she and I kind of sit in. And so, Joani, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only being a colleague, a client leader, but also a sister that I have so thoroughly enjoyed over the many years that our paths have crossed, and I hope they continue to cross. And I know that you have selected some great people to follow in your footsteps that are going to be able to keep your legacy going. So congratulations on your retirement and also for everything that you've done for Habitat through the years. And thank you, Doug, for asking me to share my story with Joan Costello.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you.
We have been through a lot.
Thank you, Sandy, so much. So, Joani, next we have Tom Bullard, who always takes good care of my name. He's a current Habitat board president and supporter of Habitat for Humanity. Give it up for Tom.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hear me? I hear a lot of feedback. Hi, Joani.
Hi, Tom.
Not sure why, but I hear an echo. I hope you all don't hear that. Well, for those of you who don't know me, I've been on the board of directors for 3 years. So I have not known Joani as long as many of you have. And I've served as president for the last 12 months. I've got to know her better in the last 12 months. And as has been said by many here already, Joani is a joy to work with. It's been a joy to work with you over the last 3 years, and especially the last year. You know, Joani has a spunk and a spirit that's fun and energizing to be around. And Joani is a very strong leader that has put the affiliate in a much better place than it was when she took over. You know, I wasn't around when the affiliate was having issues, but I've heard the stories, and I can tell you the affiliate now is positioned well to continue and be a strong affiliate for years to come, and that's through Joani's strong leadership. And although she is a very strong leader, she's also very caring and has a soft side too that she presents, and that's been mentioned. And it's very welcoming and very gracious. And so it's a great balance to have as a leader. So it's been a pleasure to get to know you, Joani, and experience the affiliate with you. And we're really going to miss your leadership and your energy. Of course, we all wish you well in your retirement. It's very well deserved. I have a feeling you won't become stagnant, that you will continue to seek out joy, giving, love, and gratitude, and that you'll continue to be a good role model for all of us and show us how great retirement can be. Pave the way for us, Joani. You deserve this. Reward yourself, and I hope you get exactly what you want out of retirement. Thanks, Joani. We'll miss you.
Thank you, Tom. Just so you know, Tom, I probably won't make the next board meeting.
That's what I heard.
You've had enough Zoom, Joani?
This is amazing.
Oh, thank you to all of you speakers. You've each added a segment of Joani's contributions. You've added personal stories. You've added amazing words that just come to mind with Joani. And so thank you all for having added your voices to this well wishes of retirement and to a summary of Joani's time with us. Thank you so much for being here and doing that. And Joani had mentioned in another newsletter in the fall of 2014, she said sustainability to last or continue for a long time. And that was chosen as the theme of that newsletter. And I think that we've seen so many of you reflect on ways in which Joani has built, contributed to, and created sustainability for Habitat for Humanity in Albuquerque, so that her work and her life and her gifts and her talents and all of the passion she's put into these last years will continue as we see the ways in which the sustainability with Habitat, as Tom just said, is, we're in a much better place. We're in a good place right now. So at this time, we really want to invite as many of you as we can to share an open mic. Now, I know sometimes in sleazy bars or something like that, there's something called open mic, and it's...
What do you know about?
Oh, well, I read something. But we don't want sleazy jokes and stuff like that, but we do want vignettes of Joani's life or your reflections on Joani. So if you, I'm going to turn it over to Doug, I think, who will have the controls for open mic.
Just raise your hand. Yeah.
Okay, so raising your hand, remember, go to the participant list down at the, if you're on a big screen, there's a participant list, and there is something that looks like this. Raise hand, and your hand will show up, and lower hand. So if you raise your hand, whoever is seeing the whole screen, Doug or Philip, please add your well wishes, add your voice here now. As I used to say when I was teaching, don't make me call on you.
Jeannie, I don't know where to look for the little hand, but I'd like to say a few things to Joani and of our time together.
Oh, great, great. And if you want to introduce yourself, I'm not sure you can show up on everything.
Sure. Hi, everybody. This is like a big family reunion without shovels. This is so great.
So good to see you.
I, myself, along with Greg Hunt, are probably the two folks that have spent as much time with the board association and with the organization outside of staff and folks on this committee, but from a board perspective of anyone. And from the beginning to the end of Joani's current term as our executive director, all I can say and think of is growth and strength come through challenge and risk and vision. And Joani, God only knows, we have taken the fast track to growth and strength. We have met tremendous challenges and seen tremendous outcomes from that as a result of exactly what we see today. Through the last couple of months, through changes in the board, through changes with financial situations, through so many different things. It really brings out the best and brings out the worst of us. And it helps us to grow and realize more what we need to do and who we need to be the best versions of ourselves for the people that we support and represent. So I have seen that in you, and I thank you for challenging that in me. I can't really even imagine this is where we would be at the point at the end of your term as executive director, and the accomplishments that have been made. I think we've all grown and we've all been challenged. We've all been stronger. We've all taken more risks and are ready to take more risks and are a better person because of your leadership and relationship with you.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. We had some good times.
And I'm still tuning in with you on the Vikings, no doubt.
Okay.
Vikings.
Got it. Got it.
I don't know if you guys know this, but she gave me her Helga hat when I went to San Francisco for the 49er playoff game last fall. We lost, but the hat was great.
She wore it with pride. And she was the only one in her family.
Yeah.
So like us.
Who is it?
Luann on the call. Lou.
You're on. Okay. So
It's my cousin.
go ahead.
Hi, Lou. Hi, Lou. She's not muted. Rosie and Michael. Oh my God.
Hi, Joanie. How are you?
Rosie.
Can you hear me?
Hiya, honey.
Hiya, honey. Michael helped me write a little speech for you. How unusual. I'm Joanie's sister-in-law, and Kathy, her other sister-in-law, is on the call, and our daughter Liz. Joanie married our brother Jim in October of '98. We have many fond memories. We love Joanie. She was welcome in our family immediately. Joanie, congratulations on your retirement. Every day from now is Saturday, and as Jim would say, TTUL. We love you.
That was his thing. I love you guys too. I can't believe you're on the call.
How fun for you, sweetie.
It is totally fun. Just play. I hope I get to see you soon.
I would look forward to that. Y'all would.
Love it. Thank you, Rosie. I love you guys.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. First, Joan Ness was on the call earlier, and she had to get off. But she said to tell you she's very happy for you, and she's walking this path path with you. She looks forward to talking with you on the phone, and she said, don't worry, it'll all be okay.
Joni is my best friend since 2nd grade. Yeah.
Wow. Well, she was telling us she used to live in Albuquerque. She was talking with people on the call. And I just want to say, I mean, I ditto everything that people have said. I appreciate you for the leadership, the way that you empower your staff is amazing. There's a hands-off role that you take that just really empowered the staff. And at the same time, you knew when to step in, when you always know when to step in if it's necessary. So thank you for that balance. I mean, Habitat is in a really strong place, COVID considering, to move forward. And just thank you for everything.
Oh, thank you, Beth. It's been such a pleasure working with you. And you'll still see me.
I said we better see you up here soon. We want you to come visit us up here soon, hopefully.
I'm coming.
Hi, from Iowa.
Hi.
We missed you.
Nobody knows that's my little brother. And
Much younger
Joe,
little
just
brother.
I talked to Mom last night, and I'm still her favorite.
You know what? After listening to everybody talk about you, wow, maybe you're not so bad after all. Listen, we just wanted to say congratulations. We're so happy for you. I got to tell you, I'm so proud to listen to everybody talk about my big sister. Apparently, you're not just a great leader of our family, but you're a great leader at everything you do. And we are so proud of you. And now you have no excuse but to come and visit us in Iowa whenever you want. And we can't wait.
Careful what you wish for.
We love you. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
And by the way, you look just like Mom. That's a good thing.
Taller, probably. Hi, Sid.
Miss you so much.
You too.
You look beautiful even with your mask.
Hi, Lori.
Hi. We're gonna come see you soon.
Yeah, we talked about coming to visit you.
Anytime.
Okay, we're coming.
We'll do that. We will definitely do that.
Ready.
All right. Got any other hands? Okay. Why don't you go ahead and mute?
I feel like I'm on TV and they haven't.
Okay. Okay. So don't hopefully you've had as much fun today as we have had.
Oh my gosh. Do I get a list of the names? I didn't see everybody who's on.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. So,
yeah, can we? I want to know who all was there.
Just these folks. I've got a complete list. I can certainly give it to you.
Okay.
So
Hey, Joan.
we are recording this, so we will have, if anybody wants to replay it, we'll figure out where to post it, and such.
Awesome.
But,
Yeah.
But what I'd like to do, Joan, is just finish up here today with a little note from the staff. So Joan, your leadership and passion for what we all do in supporting the mission of Habitat will never be lost. It is difficult to say that you are retiring and leaving because so much will be left in the hearts of us all. You taught us to grow and to do the best that we can, Your wisdom and guidance helped us to strive to be the best that we could be. Look back on your years with pride and know that the gifts you have left behind will continue to guide us. Joan, look back with pride and look forward with dignity. It is your time to reap the rewards of your commitment, and we want you to know you will always remember your dedication. Congratulations. So before we go with a virtual toast, I would like to move forward with some gift presentation.
Beer. We toasted a whole beer.
One.
We ran out of market.
Do you want me to open this?
Yeah, go ahead and open.
Philip said I need Rolaids.
Rolex.
Oh, a Rolex. Oh, yeah.
It's the mask that understands you.
Oh my God. Oh, the back porch. Oh, that's great. I will definitely relax on the back porch. Jordan knows about that.
I'm ready for one.
Salt beverages?
That's from Bill.
From Bill? Salt beverage, Bill? Whoa.
I know you can walk on water, but you can turn water into wine.
Okay.
2021 was a great year.
Oh my gosh.
It's a nice Italian red.
It's a great Italian red. Oh my gosh. Jordan, take a picture of this. Lori, is Lisa there?
Hey,
Lee, are you
Joanie?
there?
Joanie?
Take a picture of that, Lee.
I'm here.
My sister, by the way.
Hey, Joanie.
Who's above her? Who is that guy?
Well, kind of move in so she won't. Joanie?
We've been down here for an hour. You've been down here for 2 minutes. Unless they the screen and they click on you.
She's looking. No one's on there.
There's 100 people that are on.
Oh.
I don't know. You'll see something on your screen. Click on it and wave your hand.
Your ideas, your leadership, what a wonderful legacy you're leaving. Yeah, they're all talking. Oh, gosh. Oh.
Think about it. That was nice.
Sorry.
Nothing with Is Corey Ann on? She'll know that I'm being gentle with the bow. She's our bow person at the dedication.
They should just be here.
It's all about recycling.
I'm just gonna rip it. No, you're not. It must be the Rolex.
It's a big roll.
Oh my God. For all the beautiful flowers that I get.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my God. Look at that.
Great.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's engraved. In recognition of 14 years of outstanding leadership, commitment, and dedication to the success of Greater Albuquerque Habitat for Humanity. Your spirit and energy will always guide us to move forward.
Wow. Beautiful. Well deserved.
Wow. That is absolutely beautiful.
So again, Joan, thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, everybody. I still can't believe this.
So
Yeah,
for
put that in a
everybody,
safe place.
for everybody online, if you've gone out and had a chance to get your favorite adult beverage or your water, I'd like to propose a toast to Joan.
We're dry here at Habitat.
That's right.
We could pour the wine. So Joan, may you be proud of the work you have done, the person that you are, and the difference that you have made. Chin chin, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, everyone.
Cheers.
Okay, for everybody online, thank you again for certainly being part of this
Yes, I love all of you.
celebration.
I love you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Love you guys.
Joni.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Joni.
Congratulations.
Who's that?
You did good, Costello.
Joni.
Congratulations, Johnny.
Hey,
See you,
Joni.
Joni. Congratulations.
Joni. Hey,
Marilyn,
Joni.
Stu. Oh, hi, Marilyn.
Joni. Joni. Hey, Joni.
Is that Angie and Lexi? Yeah, hi.
Hi. Congratulations. You're on there.
Oh, she was just saying.
Oh my gosh, it's hard to see everybody that's on there. Yes, that's my younger sister, her daughter. They look like twins. Hi, Angie. Hi, Lexi.
Hi, we love you. Congratulations.
Wow.
Hey, Joni, this is Mark Edwards.
I know
I'm a little late.
Oh,
but
Mark Edwards.
Ever.
Yeah,
I wish
where's
you the
it
best
say? Share.
on your next chapter in your life. And it's been a pleasure to work with. And
Hard to hear him.
hopefully we'll see each other soon. Symbols on the bottom.
Yeah.
Participants.
Norma, Les Anderson.
Hi, Johnny. We're part of
Hi,
the SWAT
Les.
team. We appreciate that you worked with us forever. Have a good retirement. We really appreciate
Thank
what
you for
you've done
everything
us.
you do for Habitat.
Have a good retirement. We'll see you around, I'm sure.
You'll probably see me more.
Right.
Oh, Jay, Serenity, Brian Conway too. Oh my gosh, Amanda. Oh, look at that. Hi, you guys.
Hey, Joan.
I can't believe it. Kelly and Mike and Marco.
Congratulations.
It's Mark.
Love you guys.
I miss you.
I'm coming out, so watch out.
Yeah, you need to come out to get that Rolex. I bought you one, but you have to come and get it.
We love you so much. Congratulations, Joan.
Won't be able to get rid of me. Sorry.
Come out, see us.
We're so happy
Wow.
for you.
I really were on.
We're so happy for you, and now there's no excuses. And you have your own room.
We love you.
Love you guys too. Thank you. I'm so glad to see you.
Love you.
Bye. Thank you. Frankie Salcido.
Hi, Joni.
Frankie, wow.
Hi.
I'm so impressed. Thank you for everything you do.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so grateful that I can join this celebration for you today. What an honor. What an accomplishment. You know, I sat here and watched the video and listened to everybody talk about you and your accomplishments. That's awesome. I just wanted to congratulate you and just wish you much luck, much success, Godspeed. For an hour. You funny girl. Yep, Godspeed. Being down. And Joni, just so you know, I know that you left a legacy. That legacy will continue. MFA is grateful for your friendship, your partnership, and everything that we do to help New Mexicans with home ownership. That is so important in our community, and we will continue to strive in that direction. So, my pleasure.
Thank you so much, Frankie.
It was my honor working with you.
And we try not to give too much trouble with the loans, right?
Well, I always got your back.
Yes, you do.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Frankie.
Yes, ma'am. Take care. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
There you are.